I stopped dead. The boys' laughter echoed. I spun around, scanning the field. I was alone. I stood in surprised silence for a few moments. Hello? Hello? Anybody around? No reply. I took a few steps toward the archway, looking up at it as if it were going to tell me where the boys had gone. 2 steps, 3, 4. I stepped under the archway and was hit by a cacophony of sound. Kids laughing, rides whirring, cars honking, barkers shouting. I shook my head, squeezing my eyes shut. When I opened them, I couldn't believe it. All around me were hundreds of people, surging and streaming into 6 lines, 1 for each ticket booth. The booths looked freshly painted. Past the booths and rising above them, the Ferris wheel spun, lights twinkling brightly. Large red and white striped tents flapped softly in the evening breeze. Clowns walked this way and that, selling cotton candy and balloons. A loop-de-loop rattled in the distance, its riders screaming with glee. Barkers hollered to young men, encouraging them to win a stuffed bear for the little lady. Step right up, folks, to the greatest game on the planet. This couldn't be. I shook my head in disbelief, but nothing changed. Turning about, I was met with another inconceivable sight. The parking lot was full of cars, parking, pulling out, honking, waiting. The entire empty, overgrown field was packed. I strained to see my truck. It was still there, next to Mary's car, in a row of 30 or more vehicles. I staggered backward, awestruck. Several people walked past, looking at me with concern, as if I were the one out of place. I took a few more steps back and tripped on something. I crashed to the ground, landing on my tailbone for the second time in a matter of hours. A knifing pain shot up my back. "Hey, mister, are you okay?" I looked up to see an elderly man with a long, kind face. He wore faded blue zip-up coveralls and beaten brown work boots. He leaned on a broom. "I didn't see you there. I'm sorry, son. Let me help you up." He extended a hand and pulled me to my feet. He asked again, "You okay?" I couldn't speak. My tongue was trapped in a mouth stunned with surprise. The groundskeeper looked a little like my grandfather, only older. Grandpa had passed away when I was 12. He was 76 when he died. I'm sorry I kicked your broom, sir," I mumbled. Do I know you?" "Don't think so. Name's Henry," he said, drawing his left forefinger across the name patch on his coveralls. He smiled at me and bent down to pick up a dustpan and a small garbage bag. "Oh, and don't worry about the broom. People are always in a hurry to get inside. I'm used to getting bumped." Then he turned, and with an arcing swoop of the broom, called back, "You have yourself a good time, sonny." I watched him go back to sweeping, then cried out, "Wait, Henry!" I was immediately embarrassed by the desperate tone in my voice. Henry turned back with a puzzled look. I took a few steps toward him. "So, you say everyone's always in a hurry. You work here long?" A smile stretched across his face. "Oh, long enough, I suppose." He held up his calloused hands. I continued to stumble along. "Is this place, are you for real?"
"For real? Well, tell you what. The missus used to tell her friends I was too good to be true, but she'd always tell me something different when the dishes weren't done."
He slapped the leg of his coveralls with delight. I smiled politely, so confused and stunned that I couldn't feel anything resembling a laugh anywhere within me. Henry picked up on my confusion.
"Now, why the long face? We all want to return to the summers of our childhood, don't we? Here's your chance," he said, waving toward the park.
His voice was deep, rhythmic, and warm. I glanced at the smiling faces of people passing by. "I'm afraid I'm not here for fun, Henry. I'm here to find out what happened to my fiancée."
"Oh."